what I have noticed is the messaging is changing. The way that people are messaging, the way that it's so much more conversational, even in marketing now in general, that I think we're starting to see the shift everywhere. All the companies are starting to pick up and kind of say, okay, it's all about the customer. How do we make it conversational? How do we make them feel like we care?
Yeah.
And the ones that really do, I think, are rising to the top. The ones who actually built their businesses to care about their customers, not the ones who are like, oh crap, it's that time. We have to pretend like we care. It's becoming more and more obvious. So that's just something that I've been picking up on in a different messaging that I'm seeing out there.
Yeah. I think in general, you're seeing B2B companies lean into more B2C centric messaging, which is all about the customer. And I think that plays really well. I think, the thing that sort of was the messaging du jour from a few years ago was like always talking about outcomes, which, hey, that's great, but it's always dependent upon every business. And if you can speak to how this actually improves your life as a user, I think that works a lot better. This is like you can talk Simon Sinek and start with why. You can talk about like the is, does, means methodology for how you do messaging. But like in general, like getting to the heart of what an actual person is doing and like what their day-to-day workflow is like, and if it's challenging or if it's cumbersome or if it's tedious, and addressing that seems to be messaging that's resonating really well. The thing that I don't like, that I'm seeing a fair amount of, is the buy this to save money.
Yeah, never works.
It never works. You do not spend your way into savings. It doesn't work.
Dude, oh my God. I mean, because I was a consultant in 2000. Remember, I mean, you guys, Matt was probably still playing football at UCLA, but like
on the team, but playing, we'll see.
But like everyone tried that. I mean, it was like everyone pivoted to this spend money to save money messaging. 2008, like that brief nuclear winter, people try to do that. And guess what? Like that doesn't work. You don't see it in any consumer messaging. Well, I mean, you do, but it's cheaper. Like, and that's not, but like whenever folks do that, to me, it shows like, it's a lack of understanding of the buyer, to be honest with you, because sure, if you ask them, what's the number one thing you're trying to do right now? It's like, we're trying to cut back and save money. Okay, great. But that doesn't mean you message to it, right? Because at the end of the day, people buy to be, to kill pain and be bigger, better, stronger. And like, they don't spend money to save money, and that messaging has never worked. I can't believe we're back in that.
I don't think the model works. It's the messaging, because one, it's a misstatement, because in truth, what, a rip and replace won't have a cost. Yeah, we're going to replace your 3 systems. Yeah, we're going to change where your data flows. We're going to get, oh yeah, it's going to be a year.
Yeah. By the way, totally, you're dead on, dude, because like that was one of the big things I learned at Gartner and talking to the enterprise was that like, I realized that in many times that from a tech marketing and sales perspective, it's not that we just don't understand that their first instinct is cost and human cost, resource cost. Like these things, it's exactly what Judd said. They don't buy it because, by the way, even when things were good, they were going through their head going, this is going to take 30 guys. I got to go get this through all these people. And they're
totally. Yeah. Totally. And if your product is simple to set up, if your product is fast, like you got to lean into that. You got to show it, you gotta demonstrate it. Like if you're like, hey, we've got a UI that connects this to this, it's just boom, you point and click at it, or you add your address to it, you're pushing it over here, you point and click to it, you're done. If you can't get to that either quickly on your website or in a demo, like no bueno. Because I think for me, it's funny because this is a little bit of a topic of conversation internally at the company I work for. Is like, I avoid sales cycles because I think they're going to be long, they're going to be drawn out. Eventually, there's going to be some cross-functional nature to an implementation where I'm going to have to work with other people in the organization. I don't understand their workloads. I don't understand like what's on their priority queue. So it's like, hey, do I have to go to the engineering team in order to get this done? Do I have to go to the finance team in order to get this done? Like those are things that freak me out about either spending money in a new category where I've never made a purchase before, or ripping and replacing something. Is like, what is the actual cost of this? How many people are going to be associated with it? And I think a lot of sales reps and marketing teams, for that matter, only think about like, hey, here's what it costs in a contract. They don't think about the total cost of ownership the way a lot of consumer brands think about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to GTM Unfiltered. To hear our innovative insights and strategies, visit gtmunfiltered.com. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time.